Happy Wednesday, everybody. How is it going? Hopefully you're having a good week and you're still pumped about the chair project. I think I may have mentioned this kind of at the beginning of, after you turned in assignment 5, that when we were setting up the syllabus and the course and all, really wanted you guys to have 3 weeks in the very beginning of the course to learn the basics, and then 3 weeks at the end to really like maximize your creativity with this project. So hopefully this is cool and that you guys kind of like this decision about having a little bit more time than the other projects. Hopefully that works out. Hopefully you have something that you're proud of. I cannot wait to see what you guys come up with. Today we're going to be doing a salon chair, a hair styling chair. I thought this is interesting because it's not maybe the first thing that you would think about, or even maybe the 11th thing that you would think about when you're thinking about chairs, but it's very intriguing and very functional and very important too. Like, this is like a therapy chair for a lot of people, you know, it's very important. So, kind of fun. One note of housekeeping, just want to reiterate one more time that we are going to be turning in JPEGs, PNGs, or HEICs, and that's like a format that the Apple switched for iPhone. It's unfortunately really annoying, but so make sure again that you're taking your images, if this is your table, straight on. So here's your phone, and then here's your hand. Well, I shouldn't draw that actually. Straight down. That way, all your work to do your nice perspective is captured, because if it's not in perspective, it is really hard for us to grade, if not basically impossible. So make sure that you do your best job. You know, maybe if you have like a roommate or someone else at home, you could sort of ask them and be like, hey, can you watch me take this picture from the side and make sure that my phone is like level and centered above the picture. And also, I guess like another thing that you'll be able to notice, so if this is your photo, like this is the outside of the image that you took, if your paper looks like this, it's wrong. That's bad. You want your, you want your 11 by 17 inch paper to be parallel with the edges of the photo. And that's how you know that you're like straight on, that you're taking a proper picture. Okay, so please make sure that you do that, and then you can go ahead and upload those to Google Drive just like you would normally. And then Ellie and I are going to do the same thing, grade them just like we would, where we're going to draw on top of those. Also try and make sure that you have some good lighting, that you have a lamp or something nearby so that your photo is good. We definitely recommend taking the pictures during the day. Daylight is probably some of the best light, so just some little things to keep in mind as we move forward. So I'm gonna go ahead and, oops, my bad. Okay. Oops. Okay, so this is the chair that we're going to be drawing, and this time I kind of want to push it a little bit for you guys. Let's see. So I think I want to do, okay, let's plan the composition first. Let's be smart about this. Okay, so I actually want to do a vertical composition, I think. I'm not even sure I really want to try looking at a landscape. So I want to also do an exploded view really bad. So let's try this. Okay, so that's my center line. Then I'll put the seat right in the middle. and then if that's where the back would go, there's the top, and then those arms would go like that. And then I think there are some screws too. You guys are not required to do an exploded view, but if you wanted to do it, you could do maybe like a more simplistic chair where there's only a few parts, and then give it a try. I think, yeah. Then my thing would actually be right there. So I probably should have started with the cylinder instead of the cushion, because then it threw off my center. Okay, and the bottom. Oh, and one more thing. There's that, and then this thing. There's like a part here that does one of these. And then we have this thing. Probably comes to a little box. And we'll call this Salon chair. Okay, yeah, I think that's, excuse me, what I want to do for this arrangement, this composition. Okay, so I know I want some area for my title, that'll go there, and I said I would do my cylinder first, but let me rough out, so I'm going to use my really, really light pressure. I'm going to draw my center line, okay, nice and straight. Okay, I'm going to start actually from the bottom probably, and then work my way up. So, cool, there's the base, and then I think that'd actually probably be a little bit better if it were bigger. Okay, that's really messy. I should not be showing you guys that. That's bad. Okay. Not great either, but okay, there we go. Actually put a little bit more white space in. I don't like how close I am to the bottom. Okay, and actually I should be better than this. So my vanishing lines, I'm gonna be something like that. Okay, so there's my ellipse for the base. And then I know, okay, so it looks like it doesn't actually, doesn't actually, like it's not flat. So if we're looking at it from a side view, it's kind of got like a hill to it, essentially. You would say like the surface is domed. So I'm gonna put this next ellipse a little bit higher, and then I'll put my surface contour lines in later. That describes that. But for now, put in this first oops. You just already start getting a little bit thinner with my ellipses. This one actually be maybe a little bit larger. Okay. Okay, and this isn't going to be the most incredibly detailed one. This one's largely for construction. Oh, that's interesting. Check that out. So that center bar, probably the hydraulic piece, is not even centered. That's kind of fun. So we'll draw an off-center hole right there. And then we'll draw a little line for our next part. This thing's kind of fun. So I'm going to draw an ellipse. And then I'm going to extrude that out. And it comes down. I'm going to follow my vanishing line like so. And give that some thickness. That's going to follow my other vanishing line. And then there is a cylinder that goes in there. And so if you're wondering, I'm just taking advantage of the vanishing lines in my brain. And so put an ellipse just like that, right there. Okay, now how would I go about kind of building this foot pedal structure? So I'm gonna say, I'm gonna take advantage of this my vanishing lines, and say, okay, hypothetically, so I know this goes down, but first I'm just gonna go out, then I'll go down just a little bit, and then I'll put my line. Okay, so then I can use the bottom of this ellipse as a reference, and the bottom of that ellipse for the same, to find out how far apart they are. And then I know, based on the picture, that if we were looking at this from a top view, it's like this, right? It's wider, or it flares out. So that's why I'm going to make this line longer, and we will remember that there's more material on this side because it's closer to us. So I probably went a little bit too far there, maybe like that much. Okay, and then I'm basically just going to draw a line to those endpoints. Okay, I think that's all right. It's not perfect by any means. That's okay. So this will be a potato chip. So I'm going to draw a wonky thing there and a wonky thing there. And then I'm basically going to convert this line into the middle part. Put some radii in there. Draw this across. Boom. Done. Cool. So I think there might be just like a little bit more detail back there. That's okay. And then I think that kind of curves around. Show there's like a hole. Okay. Sweet. Next, I'm gonna do the chair base. So again, here's my new center line basically. So I am going to build a box, and that's gonna represent the seat. And these seats are pretty big. I'm gonna say something maybe like that. Okay, so I can step back. So if you guys are, since you're drawing on paper, this is a good opportunity to sort of like hold your paper far away and say, is this right? And clearly it is not. So I'm gonna try and shift this over by a few inches in real life. Probably only be like 1/4 of an inch or maybe a little bit more on your paper. Okay, and then say goodbye real quick. How does that look? Much better, much closer already. Okay, so still not quite there, but I'm gonna go ahead and just accept that for now. This chair seat is somewhat thick. Might actually be a little bit more than that. Okay, boom. Okay, cool. And then, okay, I'm not gonna do the armrest quite yet. Okay, so again, the back of the chair might be parallel to this face, this one here, but probably not. So I'm gonna say, I'm gonna back away from it just a little bit and then draw the center line for my seat back. And these things are, it's hard to tell from this perspective. I'm gonna use these as references anyways. Cross that point that I drew and extrude up from there. And now, but, oh, nope, so I didn't want to do that line because I'm going to move this even further up to show the parts. Ooh, and it looks like we're getting really, really close to the horizon line. It's kind of fun. Okay, and then I'm going to extrude this back. And give that some material, thickness. Okay. Okay, so that back actually looks kind of big. So maybe we'll exaggerate this a bit to compensate. Kind of like that. Okay. Next, I want to see those armrests. So I think it actually hits maybe somewhere about there. I can use a line like that to find the other one. Make sure they're in line. Better. Okay. That was bugging me. Okay. So, and then I think these it hit maybe somewhere about there, because there's a really big radius on these. And that looks like it's like just above where that stops. Okay. So then I will use that same vanishing line and I'll create a new one for this one. And then I'll do the same over here. And then imagine that one over there. Okay, so if I were to imagine this armrest starting here, it's going to go out, come down. So here is approximately the area that it occupies. Whoops, okay, so what did I do wrong? This basically needs to intersect this line right here. So this is just too low. Oh, and actually, probably just use this as a reference. Yeah, that feels better. Okay, and then I'll use that to think about how far out, probably like this far. So then I'm imagining this curved, and then it comes in, and then down. And then starting here, maybe this will go off the page a bit. I can do basically the same thing. In imagining Yeah, that's not bad. Okay, I think I actually would have liked this to like all stay on the page. I think this is actually not quite right either. This could use some improvement. Okay. So these are in line. Something doesn't feel quite right. Okay, I think that's, yep, that's better. Okay. And then, okay, so basically those will just kind of get extruded. Like, oops, like so. Okay, sweet. This definitely bumps out. Okay, I'm jumping around a little bit, I'm sorry. Okay, I think the last thing that we kind of need to construct, I'm going to make an arbitrary little thing there, because I don't know what that mechanism actually looks like, so I'll make it up. The next thing is the foot pedal part, or sorry, the foot rest part, and I'm gonna just basically find the center of my chair, and then I'm just gonna bring it out just a little bit because I know it's gonna go pretty far. I'm basically just gonna pretend that this piece ends in like a little silver box or a little metal box. So that's what I'm constructing right now, is that box. And then, so I know it goes out pretty far. So if that's presumably the floor, let's just say maybe here. So let's say that's actually the foot rest maybe. So that would mean something kind of, whoops, like that. That's not bad. I think I messed up the perspective a bit here. This needs to be even further that way. Yeah, that's much, much better. Okay, now let's give, those like, they come out a little bit at like a straight angle and then turn or curve. Okay, and then that thing's got some funky shape. Yeah, that's funny. Okay, cool. I think it's time to get started with the inking. So jump to new layer for simplicity, and then I'll bump up my thing. Okay, so I'll start with the cushion for no particular reason. I'm gonna round out. Here. Okay. No, I changed my mind. And then I think, so I'm gonna end, yeah, right about there. And I'm gonna add some more material, round this out. Gonna bring that in a bit. Curve that down just a smidge. Make it look a little bit more comfy. Boom, done. Okay, now let's look at the base. Okay, so now I'm gonna drop this down because there's some stuff going on. Didn't realize before, but this whole kind of part okay, make sure your ellipses are nice and good. Okay, and then this is going to come down. That'll come down. I'm simplifying this base part just a little bit. Okay, now let's work on this little assembly for a minute. I'm going to follow the curvature of this part. Comes down, this comes out. And swoosh. Potato chip here. Ellipse there. Comes around, potato chip again, and swoosh, come down, swoosh again, boom, line. Okay, sweet. I'm gonna add one more. Detail there. Okay, now I'm ready to bump up my line weight because I know what's what now. Okay, and then because this is a hole, we're gonna go from little to thick to show that. Swoosh again, swoosh again. That's on the outside, that's on the outside. Gradual. Boom. If you want to put in some details to help show that that curves, you can. Put some surface detail in there for when we later come back and put in a surface contour line. Okay. I guess we can do that now. I think it's going to look something like that. Then that, then that. Maybe a little one there. Cool. Okay, let's throw some stitching and stuff on here. This is just gonna kind of wrap around like so. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put in like a little bump detail there to show that it does something. I'll go over this again. And then I don't think we're really going to see one on the bottom. Let's probably just leave it like that. Okay, and now for surface contour. This comes up quite a bit and then down. Boom, boom. Cool. Okay, now let's do this part here. Again, this is, I'm just faking this basically as a box. Nice straight lines. Okay, and then, let's see, I'll do the top surface of this real quick. Oops. Something kind of like that. And then I'll switch to my other boom. Those might also, in reality, get closer together and look like that from a top view. Hard to say. Okay, now time for our little fake box. So basically the reason that I created this fake box is because these metal like bars here definitely don't just like get like inserted into this cushion, which is probably made out of foam. There's definitely some like hardware in there. So yeah, this is just a thing. Oh, and then if you look, there's this little thing peeking. Yeah, okay, cool. And then let's go for this arm. Okay, so let's go, okay, ends in a circle. And ends in a circle down here too. So again, I'm kind of imagining a plane here. So I just imagined that ellipse basically. And I'm drawing the side. Of that. And there's a hole in there for a fastener. And now I'm just gonna extrude that. Like so. Boom. And then there's a hole over there too. So that's the same deal. I'm just imagining an ellipse floating in that plane. Cool, cool. Too much. Cool. That got a little messy. Awesome. And then, okay, let's just throw that space in there for that. And then I'll just throw a really quick fastener. To show that those things come together. Oh, I never drew the ellipse down here. But that fits in there. That was a little too much. Better. Okay. Then we can do the other one. The other arm. There's some like texturing that they put right here. I would not try and sketch that just because it's gonna turn out kind of funky. Make sure I'm still recording. Oh boy. Perfect. Okay. Oops. There. Okay. Now I'm gonna go over those, show what's on the outside. Then don't forget about the fastener holes. And then I'm going to draw a quick little fastener dude. There's another one over behind there. I'm going to forget about that one intentionally. Sweet. And then as far as like surface contour lines go, they'd be like something probably like that, honestly. Okay. Next, the seat, the back. Make sure it's nice and round, very comfy looking. Don't love how that worked out. That's better. Cool. And then just this faked mechanism for where it attaches. Now we can go over that. Okay, and surface contour line, here we come. And I think there's some interesting thing going on over there. I don't know what that's about. There's something. And then I'll throw in this stitching. Right there. And I don't think we're going to see it on the other side. Boom. There we go. Fully constructed, deconstructed salon chair. Sorry, my phone is going nuts. Okay, so now all that's left has some callouts. So we can say something like plastic. We can say, I don't even know what this is. It's maybe pleather. I'm not sure. These parts are going to be metal. This is probably a rubber grip. This is metal. We'll just call this fastener. Fastener, screw, bolt, whatever. Okay, and then as far as the drop shadow goes on this, you could get real crazy if you wanted and like do it all out. Honestly, I would just like do one of these. Simple lines. Hatching, nothing crazy, nothing fancy, nothing too artsy. Just some scribbles. Oh, and that is not centered. Better. Okay. Oh, and last but not least, your name. Oh, that is a fun exclamation point. Sometimes you just do good stuff. Sometimes, man, you could do that all the time. Okay. So there is your salon chair, aka a pedestal chair. We've done like 4 or 5 chair demos now and drill demo. I think that you guys should have all the tools that you need to construct this kind of thing, a chair of many different kinds. If you wanted to, you could put a dotted line. Kind of fun. Oh, it's good I did that. I almost forgot. No, fudge that. This goes this way. That goes down in there. Boom, boom, boom. Almost like IKEA. Okay, anyways, yeah, so if you guys are unsure about your design, if you have questions, if you want critique or feedback to maximize your potential grade, please reach out, shoot us a message, and then you can either attach something in an email or you can just drop a draft into your Google Drive and then just call it draft. That way we don't end up grading it on accident, and we can take a look that way. I'm, again, so excited to see what you guys come up with. I'm really sad that we're not in class because it would be fun to, see what you guys are up to and everything. Check out your inspiration. But yeah, I think that's everything. Good luck. Reach out if you have questions. Reach out if you want feedback, etc.